Hello guys, welcome back at Max Programming, and I'm back here with another video. So in this video we are going to do more things, okay, learn more things in HTML. So other text types, as you can see the title over there, okay. And now we're going to say in this other text types we're going to learn some headings, some other stuff in HTML, okay, how you can create some stuff. Okay, now I have my Visual Studio Code open here and my Chromium open here. If it's Windows you will get Chrome, and it's Mac also you will get Chrome. So just click go live, it will be go live over here, so it will give you the live server. Now we are going to say, now this if you want to create a heading, okay, what we did for the paragraphs, we just typed p, so it created a p tag for us, and just we typed in this is a paragraph. Okay, now this was a paragraph actually. Now what if you want to create a heading, okay, larger than that? So what you do is, actually for that we say h1, so it's an h1 tag. Okay, so if I say this is heading, so this is a heading, as you can see on the live server on the Chromium. If I say this is a heading, instead of that if I say heading 1, so it's heading 1. Now why h1 tag only? Why I don't have h or heading tag, the name of the tag? So it's because we have h1, the largest heading, and then we have from h1 to h6. Okay, so the heading gets smaller. If I say h2, so this is also a tag, and it will say this is heading 2. Okay, great. Now what we do is we can just make more tags. Okay, if I say h3, now if you see I just changed the tag name of this tag, okay, the closing tag, but it changed this tag also, h3. So how it happened? Actually I installed an extension which was auto rename tag. Okay, so it will automatically rename your tag whenever you type in here or there. Okay, so h3 tag, let's continue on. It will be heading 3, so it's smaller than heading 2, and let's paste that also. h4, oh, this increases our speed of coding. Okay, heading 4 and f. Okay, h5, heading 5, and okay, we're done with it. h6 and heading 6. Now these headings are getting smaller, they're just getting smaller. So I think what's happening, it's smaller than the paragraph also, but actually it's heading. Now we're going to jump on to the next topic, and in this one we are going to learn how to create horizontal lines in our HTML file. Now if you want to create a horizontal line over after this heading 1, okay, between heading 1 and heading 2, what you do is just create an HR tag. It will create a horizontal line for you. How to stylize it, it will be in CSS later on, but for now HR means horizontal line. Okay, now if you'll be wondering that we do not have any kind of closing tag for that, like this. Okay, we do not have like that. So it's because HR is an empty tag. Now the concept of empty tags and container tags, it's you have to understand that. So this is a container element and this is an empty element which just creates a thing, okay, which just gives you something. Now this container element contains something in between of their tags, okay, like this. So h1 and h1 closing tag have something in between, and this empty element does not have anything in between, so it's just a tag which creates something which does a work for you. And there is another container element which is widely used, which is called BR. Okay, it's actually a break tag which breaks the line over there, and here we go, we have a line breaked, between heading 2 and heading 3. Okay, so we have br tag. If I remove this br tag, you can see we do not have anything like this. Okay, if I so it creates a new line for the upcoming text. Now these were the empty elements. We can say them like this also, okay, by putting a front slash bit after them. So it's used in XML. So we are using HTML for now, so I'm just gonna remove that. Okay, now so we have that, and now we are going to learn about comments. Okay, comments are actually, if you have been to any other programming language, you will probably know what are comments. Okay, so in C++ or Java, if you see, we have two front slashes, and then we write anything, it will be ignored by the compiler of that language. So that's a comment actually. So if you say over here, if I go to file, no, if I go to edit and I say toggle line comment, which is control plus slash. Okay, let's use the shortcut control plus slash, and this creates a comment for us. A comment is like this. Okay, an angular bracket, after that we have an exclamation mark, and then two hyphens, and then at the ending we have two hyphens and an angular closing bracket. So if I write anything over here, it will not be affected on the web page, because this is actually a comment. Okay, a comment is for the user who is using for the coder who is programming the web page, who is coding the, who is designing the web page. So whenever you just try to take some rest over there, you write a comment. Okay, so I have to do this, so please write a comment so that you can read that and there's no affection on your web page. So that's it for the comments, headings, and the HR and BR, the empty elements and the container elements. You know what are container and empty elements. Now we are going to learn about attributes, a small just introduction to attributes. What are attributes? Okay, so I'm just going to change the title for now to attributes. So here, if you want to customize anything, you can customize that. Okay, if you it's not important that you use that in CSS only. Okay, so attributes are used for that also. If you say in this h1, okay, if you want this h1, this heading 1 to be aligned at center of the web page, okay, center of the web page, so what you do for that is you say in this h1 opening tag, okay, remember, in the opening tag, in that opening tag you can say align, okay, line equals, you can say center. So this will align that text to the center of the web page. Okay, similarly you can do for P. So you say P align equals center. So it will align that P to center, but we haven't written anything, so I'll say this is a paragraph. Now if you want a demo paragraph, for example, I think you've probably heard about the lorem ipsum paragraph, which is just a paragraph for to use in HTML. Okay, to learn HTML we use that paragraph. So in this VS Code you have emmet by default. Emmet is just snippets that we use. It's very popular. So when you say P and then you press enter or tab, it gives you this kind of layout. Okay, P and then it gives you cursor like this. So we use, after P we say the closing angular bracket. Okay, this closing angular bracket, and after that when you say lorem, okay, so this is the whole paragraph. Okay, as you can see, and you can say the amount of words that you want. Okay, if I want 15 words for example, so it will create me a paragraph. It will automatically create a paragraph for me like this when I press enter. Okay, as you can see over here, we have this paragraph. Lorem ipsum dollar sit amend. I don't know what this means, but yep, it is a paragraph which is commonly used to teach HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So this is not aligned to center right now. You can align it to center by just saying p align equals center, and it's aligned to center. Similarly, you can say left also. Left is by default. You can say right, so it will align it to right. And then you can say justify also to justify the content. Okay, it's justified right now. This, so it's a simple it's a very small attribute, align. Okay, so I think now now you can customize this HR tag also. Okay, if you want something to increase the width, or you can use that. You just say width. Okay, width attribute, and press enter. It will create a width for you, and you can just say for example 20 pixels, so it will be in pixels only. So as you can see, the width automatically decreased of this HR tag. If I say instead 50 pixels, so this increases. If I put it blank, so it's just the width of whole the web page. Okay, so if I say 10 pixels, 1 pixel, and similarly if I say 100 pixels, so wait a moment, it's 0 pixels right now, 100 pixels, and here it increases. So you can just specify the width in the width attribute. Okay, so you can specify that in percentages also. If I say 100%, so it will be 100% of the browser right now. Okay, so if I enlarge this browser, as you can see, this is 100%, and if I make it smaller also, then also it's 100% width. So it's the width 100%. You can say 50% also, which will be 50% of that browser. Okay, if I increase this right now, so it will be 50% of that browser. Okay, the width will be like that. So that's the use of the width attribute, which you can use. And you can use 10%, 50%, 70%, whatever you want. Okay, so I'm just gonna remove all of this right now, so that we create a wonderful web page over there. So if I say h1, okay, so it will create a heading for me. This is a web page for to learn about paragraphs. Now actually this will this h1 is looking very gigantic, so we can make it smaller by h4. Okay, this looks good, but okay, this looks pretty good. And I can align it to center, so I can say align equals center. Okay, so it will align that to center with the help of attributes. So now we'll say an HR tag, which width will be, let's say 50%, so I'll say width 50%, and we can say p tag, which will be paragraph tag, but we don't want like that. We'll say p this, and then lorem, and then for example 20 words or only lorem, that will give you the whole paragraph. Okay, so we can say p align equals justify, so it will justify that, as you can see over there on the web page. So it's justified, our paragraph is justified. Now we don't have any problem. This is a very big paragraph, so we used the attributes over here in each of the elements. Okay, you can see this HTML lang. This lang also is an attribute. Anything in the opening tag of any of the opening tags, if it comes, it's an attribute, nothing else. So I'm just gonna wrap up this video right here.